Hey everybody, this is Neil with Mechanical Difficulties again, episode 2. We made a little bit of progress. Off camera, the Scout is backed up in front of the Tahoe, or what's left of it anyway, and got a whole bunch of junk in the trunk right now. And back here is even more of a mess than it was when I first purchased it. You can kind of see up here from the last video, you can compare that there's quite a few less wires up here. Let me take you in there and I can show you the mess that I made. Let's see. Yeah, look there. I just ripped the dash panel right off just because I don't need any of it. I pulled all the modules out of it, pulled the whole wiring harness out of it. There's the remnants right there sitting in the back. And yeah, so that is what I accomplished today. I still need to get the ABS module out from under the bottom of the car. That's the last programmable module that I have to grab, I think. So let me set you back over here. Yeah, that's good enough. Sure. I'll sit right here so I know you can see me. So yeah, that's I think that's mostly what I got. I might try and use the existing exhaust system because I don't really want it to be super duper loud. It makes for not fun trips on the highway. We'll see, but I want a little bit of the V8 grumble, but not overbearing, honing, or howling going down the road. So, think we're gonna be okay there. Yeah, other than that ABS module, this one's pretty much stripped, and next week we'll have somebody come take this thing to the scrapyard. Also next week, I will be filming a time lapse of getting that engine out and the trans and everything and getting this thing prepped, and I'll take you along with me. I'll stop, say, hey, this is how this happens, and this is the problem that I faced doing this. You may not have this problem, but I did, and this is how I fixed it. Yeah. The more I tear into this thing, the more I realize this is going to be a big project, and not impossible, but quite the task. So, just looking at this poor little Scout, I've got all the crap that I pulled out of this thing in the back seat, and it's squatted down pretty low. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed that I got everything I need. Wish me luck. Yeah, this was just going to be a short video anyway. Oh, actually, I'll take you on a tour of the International and give you a little bit of what I'm going to do on that. So let me put you over there. So over here, the big beefy fire breathing machine that we got here, just the normal stock 304 with everything as it was in 1976. This is going to come out. Most of this is going to come out actually. The heater box is going to get relocated under the dash. I have to make an AC case that's got HVAC, everything in it. It's still going to be manual, but it's all going to be under the dash in one unit instead of two separate units. So that's going to be something that will probably take a little bit, and this thing will probably run before that happens. So I'll make probably a mini series of that or something. I don't know. But this is where the TCM is going to sit. I've already measured it out. The bracket fits just perfect like it did in the Tahoe. So that's going to go there. This big old AC compressor is going to go out of the way. And the high voltage scroll compressor is going to be attached to the engine down below. The radiator is going to either get upgraded, or I'm going to try and widen this core support out and use the factory stuff that the Tahoe came with. The battery's going to stay where it is. Coolant reservoir is going to go on the core, so that's not a big deal. The brake booster, since this thing doesn't actually have a booster, is going to be, it's going to take up a little less space, but it's still going to be just as long. So that's something I'm going to have to measure, and also obviously the bolt pattern is not the same, so I got to get that to work. And then somewhere in here, probably on the firewall, I have to mount a power steering pump that's electric, because obviously the engine's not going to be running it all the time, so I still need power steering. So probably going to put it just beside the hood latch here, down under where it doesn't get hit or anything like that, but I can still reach it to change the fluid. Trying to think of anything else. I gotta put the washer reservoir back on somewhere. I have to get that figured out, but it'll probably go back where it originally came in. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? No, not really. I'm sure you guys will let me know if I forgot anything, but I think that's everything under the hood. And then I will take you back here and show you what we're going to do inside, or at least the big stuff, not the trim stuff. So let me take you inside. Okay, so this is the inside of the Scout. We got a little bit of floor work to do, and I've already had the dash kind of apart, messing with gauges. This is the column that I got out of my other 1977 Scout. It's a rally package, so it's got all the bells and whistles like tilt steering, cruise control from the factory, cool stuff like that. As you can see, two-wheel drive, but we will remedy that. Back here, they for some reason put, you can't even see that, that's worse. Cool. For some reason back here they put a normal Scout 2 seat. You can see that it's got the cutouts for the wheel well, and they scooted it back the additional 8 inches for some reason, or 18 inches, sorry. Makes it really weird to sit in. Your feet just barely hang off the edge here. Back there is all the crap that I pulled out of that Tahoe. You can see. Hi. But yeah, under this seat, you can't see it because it's flipped up. There's a gigantic hole, and gotta patch that. But before I do that, the extension piece that the Travelers have makes for the perfect spot to put the hybrid battery. It's kind of buried under there. You might be able to see the metal right there, the very bottom, that silver bit that goes all the way back there. But yeah, it's just the right fit. It'll fit in between my roll bar from there over to here, and it'll fit in the 18-inch extension that International put in here for the Travelers, and it's about 8 inches deep, which with a body lift I should clear the drive shaft and the exhaust and everything. I'm gonna have to do a body lift because of that, and a few other reasons like the ABS module, because there's nowhere to put it under the dash. Well, maybe we'll figure that out. But yeah, that's what I got going on under here. I gotta fix this seat because it's broken in the middle, and before anybody says anything, I'm keeping the bench seat because I like having my wife sit right next to me. And I may relocate this roll bar actually, or get a different one, because it's not in a real convenient spot, especially if you're sitting in the back seat. You can't really see out the window, and let's see. I'm also going, this is more just the trim stuff that I plan on doing later, but instead of a lift gate, I have a tailgate here for, oh yeah, there's all my filming equipment. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna do a tailgate conversion because I've got a tailgate. They just look goofy without a tailgate and you got the top off, so I'm gonna do that. Trying to think if there's anything else. I think that's really about it. You can see all the open space that I got from taking that underdash AC unit out. At some point, I'm thinking about modeling and 3D printing some door panels that have cup holders instead of putting them there in the way like everybody else does. I think that's really about it. Oh, if you're wondering what's in that box, that's oh crap, what do you call it? Butyl mats for sound deadening. That's the word. I can speak. I know English. That's about it. So I can take you a little bit more around the Tahoe, let you see what else is on this turd. There's the stock exhaust, which may or may not come in handy. I got some AC components left over, which I'm not going to be able to use because they're all the wrong size. Oh, this is the brake booster that I'm going to have to use. I've got another one in the Scout right now, but you can see that there's not actually a booster because the transmission does the braking for you. It just reads the input, and this is really just here for safety as a backup. If you really have to bear down, or if for whatever reason you lose power, you still have brakes. Yeah, and I've gotten all the wiring harnesses I think I'm gonna need. I left the body harness in there because, I mean, there's not really anywhere to stash that. I can't use this AC case because it's gargantuan. I can't use this AC case because it's teeny tiny and not oriented the right way. But I might be able to use some parts of it. There's a AC to DC converter or inverter back here. DC to AC. That's right. Yeah, I know electricity too. English, electricity, I know it all. So yeah, it was sitting back there in that quarter panel, but it's only 150 watts, so I'm not going to use that. And I thought about putting a third row in the Scout. I measured it out. It would be a little squished in there if you had to sit back there, but I mean most third row seats are anyway. But I wanted to do kind of like the Tahoes did, where you could take the third row out completely and give yourself more room. I may still do that. I don't know how hard that's going to be. I'm a mechanic, not a fabricator. That's one of the trials and tribulations I'm going to have to go through with this thing. So, yeah, again, like, follow, subscribe. Keep coming back. We'll keep filming. Y'all have a good one.